Hey, Vicky Crystalline and Miss Jacqueline.
Hey.
Hey, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you. I thank you all for you. All of you. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you for, I just am so in gratitude and so blessed. I just am.
Wow.
Thank you, Vicky, for allowing yourself to keep stepping into a deeperness of you. Thank you.
Wow, and I'm just so honored. I feel the same way with you and how I see you each time and how much you wow, transform each time and more illuminating your light and your love. And I'm so honored to be part of all of that. And I'm honored to be doing these with you and how it's amazing that we chose this. And wow, this is what I chose for me to do, and I'm just so honored. And just thank you, Jacqueline, for this because
absolutely. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for trusting the process. Thank all of you for trusting the process. Thank you. I just am so blessed. I am so blessed. And I want to take you on a journey that happened with me last night. So I want to take you kind of how it all started, because each point, it'll just kind of show you, you know, how things show up in your own life. So let's first breathe.
yes.
This breath brings everybody to that frequency, the highest consciousness here right now. So allow yourself to breathe. One more time. One more time. Feel your energy. Feel yourself. Feel yourself connected all the way through. I allow. I allow. Thank you. Thank you, Gaia, for coming forward. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Doing it today, today. Asaleno, okene, teselene, eteselene, etene, kayene, taite. Waselene, ekna, o, eteselene, eteselene. Adene.
No more, Gaia.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yesterday, if you guys have been watching my Facebook Lives, I've been doing card reading. You know, just something to make it more fun when I go on live, something different, you know what I mean? And the first two times, it was fun, like a party. That's what it felt like a party, like a tribe party. We're all together just having fun. Well, then I had the third one, and it was like a party, and then I was being sucked dry. It was sucking the life out of me. I felt the shift. I felt the drawing of it, and it took me on an adventure, truly.
Yes.
Out of that,
yes.
I felt exhausted. I felt depleted. I felt like I was all over the place. I felt, and not just in this world, but in all dimensions, I felt like I was just running all over the universes. That's what I felt. Even dropping back into that, talking about it right now, just feels exhausting. So yesterday, I just really got in tune with me. It really took me, because I felt all this heaviness, and I want to know where I'm going. You know what I mean? What am I doing in this journey? Where are we going? I want to know. You know, where am I going? You know what I mean? Not where we're going, but where am I going? What am I doing? You know what I mean? Take me in the direction of where I'm going. You know, I wanted to know. I was done.
Oh my gosh, I said the same thing yesterday.
Yeah, I was done. I was not doing this anymore. I want answers.
Yes.
I want answers. You know? Thank you. Thank you. So I just allowed the day to unfold yesterday, and I went in and I just sat by the tree. And when I was sitting by the tree, something that Edward had said to me, connect to the trees, the roots of the trees, which I do all the time, but I took it deeper. I took it into the lineages of the tree. So when I was sitting by this tree, I'm going to tell you something. When I was sitting by this tree,
wow.
It was a tree that we had chopped down.
Mm.
And I was sitting by it, and I was connecting to the roots of it. Well, it was taking me somewhere. I could feel my feet, everything. And
wow. Right now.
Right. And one time when I awoken, I seen literally roots come out of my feet and go into Gaia. I would have really held on to that moment, which I do, because I can still visualize it so clearly.
Wow.
Knowing that that was the only time in this lifetime that I've seen that. So I felt my roots, just come out of my feet and just connect in, and even out of my hands and my heart. I just felt my body just root in. Well, in that rooting in of the roots, the roots are still alive. Even though the shell is dead, the roots are still alive.
Yes.
And they're still connected to all. There's still can't grasp that word. It's right on the tip of my tongue. There's an intelligence there. Mm-hmm. And all systems are working, like, consciousness. And
wow.
Yeah. So I was connecting into the light beneath this tree. I could feel it. I could feel all the circulation of it. I could feel me, part of it. And it was amazing because I started seeing my land different. My roosters, I have two roosters that one is a year old and one has developed into a rooster that actually came from a snowstorm. It was a chicken. It just showed up in my yard. And so it's developed into a rooster. Well, they're making a lot of noise in my yard, and where I live, I live kind of in the city of Shasta Lake. So, they're making a lot of noise. So, I had the sphere of me arising of other people, disturbing other people, because they're waking up sometime at 3:30 in the morning. And the roosters, when they choose dominance, it's who can crow the loudest. So they're crowing off of each other. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to get rid of these roosters because they're making so much noise. I don't want, the law to show up in my yard. I don't want all that crap.
Yes, right.
So, I put them out there, and, but then, I don't want them to be eaten either.
Yes.
So, I'm just waiting for the perfect person. So as I was seeing this, okay, now they show me a different perception. I'm seeing my house on New Gaia. I see it completely. My land is completely on New Gaia. We're all on New Gaia right now. We're all on New Gaia.
Wow.
We're all on New Gaia. Okay, and the reason is, and they showed me, is that the 3D and New Gaia, they're on top of each other. And New Gaia is merging into a new dimension of herself. And those who are choosing to go with her are going with her, and those who are choosing to stay in the old paradigm are going to experience that. She has no concern about none of that, because she knows that you're all part of her anyway. So, so I seen the split, and it looked like kind of like a cell splitting apart. You know what I mean? A version of itself rebirthing into itself. And I seen myself completely on New Gaia, and I seen how, she's emerging, and how the Rainbow Bridge is actually, it's being created by us.
Yes.
Stories, it's all of our stuff, how we're creating this bridge that is holding the two in place.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay, so I'm seeing all this, and I'm like, wow, blown away, And the one thing is, I keep asking myself, I want to remember this. I want to remember this. I want to remember this. You know, I'm like, I want to remember. So a lot of times I take journeys and I don't remember.
Yes.
And so I go into the crowing of my roosters. So they're showing me another perception of them, a higher perception. I did not realize what I'm creating when I say I'm calling forth the highest perception of everything. I truly am calling forth the highest perception of everything, the highest version of everything. I did not realize that. Okay, so when my roosters are actually crowing in the morning,
Yes.
at those times, they are bringing forth, they are spilling out a new day.
Wow.
You can feel that.
Yes.
They are literally spewing out a new version every day.
Wow.
Every day. And I felt the energy that is happening with everybody. You know, and I felt that what's happening with me, at first it was triggers, you know, everything that's inside you, the first thing that happens is dark's got to come out. You know, so I let all the triggers go. This morning I woke up to me and I felt energized. I felt amazing. I felt blessed by their energy that they're spewing into, you know, into this world. So, okay, so now I'm seeing my land and I see what me and Edward had talked about. Because the plants, you know, I've had plants die and I've had plants come back. Well, they're replacing themselves with a new version of themselves here on Gaia, here on New Gaia. And species that are dying, because I'm having a lot of my animals die, and species that are dying that are rebirthing into a new version of themselves. I am like blown away. They were showing me this. And I'm like, okay, it's beautiful. So, as I, you know, even as all the plants that I transplanted, because I transplanted all of the plants in my yard that I could, and they're actually rebirthing into a new species that is here on New Gaia, because we're really, you know, anchoring this in. So, okay, that's part of my journey. Did I talk a lot? I'm telling you, it was so powerful. It was so powerful. It was like, and I just let it happen. I was done. I was at a place, I was done, and they showed me.
Oh my
God. They showed me what I'm doing. So fill it out your heart. So makes me want to cry. So they showed me that the life that I'm bringing into, you know, this land and everything, you know, from it, you know, and it's not just happening here because I've created a portal. So it's actually, it's like spewing out into the world. And now people are connecting with me who are ready for this.
Oh my God.
And I seen that, you know. So I'm like feeling all this love. I'm just like blown away because I'm seeing a new perception of my life. You know, even when I sit here and I sit here and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do nothing today because the energy has just got me so locked in. You know, I could just feel the waves, and I'm just literally, some days I will sit on Gaia or on my couch or on the floor. I just called wherever you know, and I'm like, you know, and I seen what I was doing and why we're becoming a higher version of ourselves. So,
wow, it's like how much I sit outside a lot in this one chair. And yeah, I'll get up and move around. But wow, I just sit there and I watch everything around me and how it is all the species, the elementals, everything that I see and I feel. And this one tree, the purple one that has the cherry, I have one, and it doesn't grow as big as some of the other ones I see in other places, but it's my tree. And
that's so
part
funny.
of the limb, go ahead.
I'm gonna stop you right now.
Okay.
All of my purple cherry trees, their tops fell off over this last week and a half. Every one of them. Every one of them. So I'm so amazed that you said that. I am like blown away. My heart is so big right now.
Well, part of the limb, Stephen had broke it off because it was, in essence, had passed. It's time. So I went over there and when I look at the piece that broke off, the trunk, not the limb that actually broke off, but what's on the tree, and I looked at it, and I was amazed that some parts of it is dark, and I looked at it, and it said that one time was in a fire. That was a part of that limb that was always going to die off because it, from the very beginning, had been in a fire.
Yeah.
And I was just amazed. I was just like, wow.
It's amazing what nature is showing us.
Yes.
Us tuning into it. It's always been here. And remember when Source said, things that are around us that we never just were aware of, well, now we're aware of it because we're tuning into it.
Yes.
You know, like the trees have always been, they're life.
Yes.
They take you to all dimensions of yourself. It was like I was like on the internet. That's how I felt. Like I was on the internet connected to everything.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt. Okay.
Yes.
It was so powerful. And so I want to go back to the journey because when I went into the journey, it was sunny. When I woke out of the journey, it was dark. I was blown away.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, and my body didn't hurt or anything when I got up, you know, and I was literally there for a couple hours. So I'm watching my life unfold and I'm seeing it differently, just as you are, Jackie, you know, and I literally feel like outside of myself. This is how I feel, like I'm outside of myself, and I just feel floaty. I'm just allowing the experience. But I do recall saying many times through the journey, I want to remember, please.
Yes. Yes.
And so and it's like, you know, it's all, you know, flowing back into me. So I'm looking at my life now from a new perception. And I'm seeing how all the connections, I can see people coming to me that like walking to me. I can see people coming this way, people that are ready. And that's the thing they kept saying is people are ready for you. People are ready for you. People are ready for you. And I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Because I always think, you know, am I ready for this? No, I am ready for this, and they are ready for me.
Yes.
You know, you have to trust you. You have to trust you.
Yes.
So, and they, you know, they showed me, you know, the first thing is that you have to find the love within yourself. You have to find yourself.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You know, so, okay. So now they watch me like different pieces to the pod. Oh, also too, and it's dropping back in, so I'm going to mention it. What took me to the tree too, even though the trees were calling me all day.
Yeah.
And thank you, Edward, for that. Thank you for your part in that. And then that evening, Josie had texted me, and she goes, "You know what changed my life is when you said, quit looking at life. What is it doing to me? But what is it doing for me?"
Wow. Yes.
And
Yeah.
so when I sat by the tree, I asked, "What are you doing for me?" That's what showed up. So thank you, Josie, for reminding me of that. Because that's each piece. Because you're going through your journey, you're going through so much that you forget the little things.
Yes.
The little things. And so then that individual brings that forward, you know, because it's a piece of you. You know? And so that's why when I feel connected to somebody, I connect.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so funny. A buzzing bee went by right there. Thank you. So
Wow.
beautiful.
Wow, chills.
Right. So thank you for your connections. Thank you for your parts. Thank you for honoring this, you know, this whole expansion. Well, they also showed me too what's happening in the attunements. Okay, I'm jumping ahead because I'm so excited. So a little bit long because like a lot of information came forward. So they're showing me a new perception, but it's like I'm looking down. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like I'm looking down at my world. Thank you for that. Wow, that buzzing sound, and that's so amazing because I I didn't hear that so much, but I felt that buzzing as I was there. So thank you for that. Lock
Yeah.
that. So when I was watching this, all of a sudden, it was like I connected back, and it was like my tribe was around me, my non-physical tribe, and I mean a tribe, like every being that is helping me on this journey was there. That's what I felt like. And so as I was stepping forward, I connect in and I see, I connect back into the grid of life, and which is the tree system, the rootage, the lineages, all that. And so then, they take me to the interworld. And when they take me to the interworld, there's Astron and all the my guides, Arion, everyone's there, the galactic, I could feel them around me and see them.
Oh,
You know what I mean? But Gaia was there. And this is how I would explain her. It was like she was literally there, like her whole essence was there.
wow.
Yeah, and it was like a light, but it wasn't like a light it was like kind of like the sun. You know what I mean? But it had movement to it. It had color to it. Even though it was kind of white, it was like translucent. And it didn't really take shape or form. It just was moving. You just knew it was
Wow.
in the essence of Gaia.
Oh,
So I'm just like in this energy, and I could just feel all nature around me. I could feel my tribe around me. I could feel, even
wow.
closing my eyes, I could go right back there. So, and I'm there.
Yes.
So, I'm with it, and instantly I'm like crying, like in my soul. I could just feel myself crying, that I feel so honored, And so, Gaia, is being thankful. She's thanking me for allowing myself to be a part of this, allowing myself to step up to myself.
And for the love that you have. Wow.
Yeah, and giving it so freely. That's it, because I give so freely.
Yes, you do.
And
Yeah.
so she showed me. Now I've heard pieces of this from other channels. So some of this isn't new information. But it was like she filled in the pieces, like she filled in the grid of all the information that I've learned through my life, and she filled in those pieces. And so what she started explaining is, this is the 5th time that, she called them humans, this is the 5th time that humans have evolved. Okay, and because of free will here on this plane here,
Yes.
we are all just a part of her. Our energy forms with her through the physical body. Okay, so when we come here, we do the lifetimes, and they will never intervene, ever, 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 ever. Even though they are part of you, they will never intervene unless there's, going to be an event. Well, 4 other times, and they showed me those lifetimes. They showed me a piece of each one of those lifetimes. They showed me in the Atlantis that we were, wow, I just got chills, that we were messing with the DNA of the human anatomy, and also messing with the dark matter. So we were going to explode ourselves. We were changing the grid, and it would affect everything else. So they had to get rid of that civilization. It had got to a technology that it actually, inverted. It actually was doing more harm than good.
Oh.
So, and also 2 other times before then that we had done destruction, in the world at different times, and they've had to intervene, and they've had to, do a mass destruction. And so as we create ourselves, this is what that guy is telling me, as you create yourself and you evolve, you have to start from beginning. You have to start from every piece. You start from the air, the water, you start from every part. You start being each and every one of you become a universe. You are every part. So you be the sand, you be the earth, you be the wind, you be the air, you be the water. You have to go through all those expressions of you And actually being human form is actually like the last. And so, and it's a growth plate. You're creating your universe. So every piece of you is a piece of you. Everything is an extension of you. They showed me everything. And as we evolve, and they were even showing me too, they took me to a deeper level of the animals. I always thought that the animals are an extension of us. Well, they are. Well, what the thing is that once that animal evolves and they start really tuning into you and they become more humanized, they actually, their next life will become human. And that's why people come from lives and they feel like they were a cat in their last life, or a dog, or an animal, because they literally evolved from that animal. Yeah. So, because we have to, because we're having our own universes, and we're a piece to the whole. We are our source in whole.
Wow.
So, as we're evolving, okay, what's happening this time, instead of them having to come in and wipe out consciousness or wipe out the human race, what's happening this time, Gaia said, is that Gaia herself is merging into a new dimension of herself. So she's recreating herself. And for the first time ever, everything gets to go. Who wants to go? Who gets to match that vibration? But you have to match that vibration. And you have to let go of all of this. The physical will go through with it. The physical will go through, the dimension as we're going through into New Gaia, and there will be a complete shift, and the physical will go with that if you're radiating at that frequency. It all has to be interwork. You can have a pretty shiny outside, but if you're not clean on the inside, you're hooking yourself down here to what's going to be cleared and surfaced.
Wow.
But that's what she's doing. She's clearing and surfacing and remerging to a higher version of herself. And so those who are choosing to go with it is going with her. She doesn't care. And it's not like, I don't want to say like she doesn't care. She knows you're going to come back to her. So it's all about choices. It's all about choices. So it's so amazing how we would all the way around circle, and it's all about choices. It's all in your choices where you're going. Because this is what she showed me. She showed me because there's multifaceted beings of you that are out there that are higher versions of you. So when I call forth the highest dimensional self, when I call forth to meet those people, the highest dimensional self, I'm actually calling forward that dimension of themselves. I'm actually bringing forward the best version of them. And so when we all move along into the dimensions, as she merges into her wholeness, and it all is, surfacing, then we, wow, it's like she just merged in with me, like cleared me, like right now. And the one thing is, I want to tell you, none of us will all figure it out. No one, we don't have that. Our bodies cannot withstand the whole truth. So we'll never all figure it out. We'll only get bits and pieces.
Wow.
So she showed me that, when we're emerging into the new version of us, it will be in purity. You'll have to be a pure heart. No ego can go through with you. No ego at all. Nothing, no labels, nothing can go with you. So if you're labeling yourself in any way, it can't go with you. Because you're holding your presence to what's going to be erased. And it's just your choice. It's just your choice. Yes. Now, what she told me is that if you're tuning into that, that's going to be, reincarnated or into itself, of a newness of her, you can still go through the karmic lives there to regrow until you would join into New Gaia that's here. That's the rainbow bridge allowing you to go through your experience. That's what she showed me. So if you choose to hold your frequency down here, you can go through many lives until you are, and you're going to go through the worst of the worst, but you're choosing it. So us that are merging in with the rainbow bridge are locking that bridge in to open up space for them to do their process.
Wow.
Absolutely. And I was like, wow. I was like, when she was showing me this, it was like I could see it. It's like even right now I could see it, you know, and her energy was just so freaking amazing. But she just said, you know, I'm just emerging into a higher version of herself, and it's coming with love. And you're going to be pure of heart if you're going to go with me.
Wow.
That's how it's going to be.
Yes.
Nothing can go with it. So your physical form for the first time will go with the transition. They don't have to have a mass destruction to wipe out mankind, because that's where it's leading on the lower realm.
Yes.
For those who are tuning into that, and they were even showing me about, you know, spiritual ego. There's a lot of people on the shiny on the outside, but they're dark on the inside because they're not doing that work.
Yes.
And it all has to go through. You have to merge into all you are. All you are. All you are. You have to walk through this impurity. So they showed me that we're literally merging into a newness of us. Now they showed me about the children because I asked. And I kept asking. And they showed me, because of my grandchildren mostly, and they showed me that their DNA is already with New Gaia. They already have protection of karma. They won't attach themselves to karma. They will rise to the occasion. Okay. And so those will be the leaders and the teachers of the new way. All of them. All of them. And so as those beings are emerging, us beings, our bodies are returning to that energy. Our energy is, you know, going into New Gaia. So we have to go through a lot of stuff. That's why I'm laying on the couch, because my body is literally shifting into a new version of itself. Yes. We all are. And the more you resist it, then you're just choosing where you're going. That's it. And that's what Gaia said. Everybody's just making their own choice. You're all a piece of me, so you're all just making a choice. If you choose to cut off, you know, if you choose to cut me off, I'm still there. You know what I mean? And not that she said that last night, but she was just saying. And I asked her, you know, what am I to do? And she goes, you're doing it. Yeah. And you're doing it perfectly. Yes. And I just felt so loved and so honored, and I just could not believe it. I could not.
And I keep saying wow, because it is wow.
It is.
And like they said in New Gaia, New Earth, it's love. Love, love, love.
Absolutely.
And
you gotta, you're even gonna, like, even the word love, because a lot of people get hooked up on that word love. Yeah. You know, to go past the love. You know, because even sometimes that word love don't seem powerful enough to me, what I feel. Because it kind of feels like limiting. So there's this magical passion, compassion.
A passion. Yes.
It just develops and engulfs you. And this joy and laughter. And it's just got all these brilliant emotions in it. You know? And so as we're dropping into that and allowing ourselves to merge into the newness of us, we're truly evolving, and we're going with Gaia or we're not, and it's our choice. Wow. So she told me I am the way shower, and I am doing it. Yeah. And people are ready. And it wasn't when I asked to look what life is doing for me, because if I had went into this and people automatically connected, it would have been chaotic. I would have went through a lot more stuff. So I'm doing it really easily and gently. But it, more than anything, people are ready, and I'm ready. And I believe it. And I trust it. And I know it. Well, wholeheartedly. So, and that's where I had to go. And that's why Gaia and everybody showed up, because I had prepared myself. Yes. I listened to the signs. I allowed them all to take me on a journey. Yes. And boy, did it. And boy, did it. It truly, truly did. And I feel so honored and so blessed. And we're really, truly evolving into higher beings. Oh, because it's dropping in again. She was telling me that, thank you for bringing that forward. Thank you. The reason that we're not eating and consuming before, because in New Gaia, we don't eat like we do here. the body does not consume food to, cover something up. So we don't even consume like we do here at all. Our whole system is changing. Our whole system.
Yeah.
And our nervous system, everything. Our nervous system, everything in you is shifting into a higher consciousness of itself. Every day. If you tune into you, not in the egoic state, if you're in the egoic, because some people lately have been trying to convince me about the ego, and I kind of went there, but it never felt good. It felt like I was putting a weight on my shoulders.
Yes.
It didn't. So, and that's what it is, because it's moving us. What does this feel good? Does this feel good? That's why we have all these emotions of feeling. Even when I channel source or channel my guides, I feel emotion. They always bring forth an amazing emotion. An amazing emotion. So emotions are part of us.
Yes.
And they move you through life. So, why are you doing this? Because you are choosing you. And you're stepping up to a new version of you here on New Gaia.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. But if you ain't, and she told me, Gaia told me, if you at all choose one piece of the old, you're not going through. And the reason is because nothing's making it through. None of that part. None of that part. None of that part at all is making it through. You have to go. You have to be a pure light. Completely pure light. And don't judge it. Just allow it to be. Just like right now, a lot of people are thinking, am I a pure light? And yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are pure light. And say it. I am pure light.
Yes.
I am love.
Wow. Wow.
I am all that I can be.
And it's funny how you said that, because again, then you think, wow, I can imagine everybody's thinking, wow, about am I pure light? There's times when people about ego and times about age, because a lot of people my age or older, that's what they talk about. And I'm going, no. And I tell them, I said, no, I'm timeless and I'm ageless.
That's it.
I don't think of my age
That's it.
at all. Age is just a number. It's me and how I feel within me.
Absolutely.
Positivity that I'm going to talk about me and nothing negative. About all my aches and pains, the aches and pains, that's what you're going to experience. But no, I'm choosing me.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely. So if you're having those aches and pains, I'm evolving into a better version of me. Keep saying it. You'll believe it. If you say it enough, you'll believe it.
And love your body. Yes.
Yes. So what I'm doing is exactly what I'm going to be doing. But I'm not going to be doing this other stuff, because I felt how it hit me hard, and it hit me hard. But it took me somewhere. It took me on a great experience. Right?
Oh my God, yes.
Absolutely. So I love you all, and I thought for sure that Source was like, I got it. I was already here.
Oh my God. Yes.
Right? Thank you, Source. Thank you. Gaia. Gaia.
Oh my gosh. And I thank you for sharing your beautiful, amazing, magnificent, magical experience. That,
Oh my gosh.
it just lighting me up. It makes you feel good. It makes me feel.
It does. It does. Because it's so part of you.
Yes.
So part of you. And that's how I was. I was ignited. That's why I wanted to remember everything. I mean, sometimes I want to remember, but I really wanted to remember all this. And they kept saying, you would, but it'll flow through you. Not as a memory before, but it'll flow through you. And that's what happened. So like even right now, I can't even tell you what I talked about, but I know it was all what happened last night. And it was powerful. And that journey took me on to an honor myself, because that's what I'm doing, because I am evolving into a light version of, and I'm showing people the way. And I'm helping people. So, yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Wow, and that vision I told you when we talked yesterday that I saw of your feet with Jesus. I saw that,
Wow.
and I just saw the people coming to you.
Wow.
Saw that, and I knew it was you, and I knew it was Jesus. I felt that, and I saw.
Wow. Like he's walking with me. He is. He is. He always has been. But I do
Yeah.
feel him very strongly right now. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Hi. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got this. We're evolving into a higher version of us because we're making the choice to go with Gaia. That's it. That's it. So
I am. Yes, I am.
that's it. So nothing's being carried through. So don't start judging yourself. Start loving yourself.
Yes.
Start loving yourself. Loving yourself in every aspect. In every aspect. All the ego, all the karma has to be let go of. Nothing can get through of that sort. Now your enlightenment in your physical body are going through. But not your stuff from back there at all. Absolutely.
Yes.
So if you guys are ready for an attunement, that's what they told me. That's what they told me. Oh my God, I forgot about it. So when I do attunements, literally what we're doing is we're locking in the grid. We're locking in the grid of New Gaia. We're stabilizing it in through the Rainbow Bridge. That's why I feel it so much in the Rainbow Bridge. We're stabilizing it in through the Rainbow Bridge, which is locking it in to 3D. So there's a locking happening to stabilize. I don't know why I'm using this word to stabilize, but yeah, for some reasons, a lot of stuff is going on energetically in the grid, big time in the grid.
I feel that.
Yeah, absolutely at my heart. Yeah, even my fingertips feel
Yes.
it up. So yeah, absolutely. So I love you all. If you're ready for an attunement, you got this. Oh, and they also said that we're out of time. And the reason that we're doing it slowly is because the body could not go fast. It would explode. That's why we're integrating slowly. But as our bodies are integrating slowly, those who are choosing, the darker, heavier path, they'll be reincarnated into that, to that. So, and don't hold on to that. Don't hold on to that because I don't know that. Maybe I'm making it up, that part. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm not.
No.
No,
I'm
I'm not.
not.
Wow, thank you for bringing that forward. Wow, they just brought that forward. That was my ego right there, dropping in. Our
Because
ego
when you
sets in
said
doubt.
that, when you said that, I didn't feel that. I go, no, that exactly
No,
because
I felt it hit my heart too. I felt it come in and I felt it hit my heart. So thank you. Thank you for showing your presence, but not this time. People needed to see that. Absolutely. So as this is coming in, just breathe into the energy. Where was I going? I'm just like clear right now.
I know you talked about attunements, but
Oh
then
yeah. We're literally filling in the grid. As you come forward and you do an attunement, it clears all the space of you and you take your space in the grid of Gaia.
wow.
Literally do. You literally do. And so, wow, it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And so that's why I'm feeling the connection because we're all connecting together. Like they're touching my mouth. They are. I can feel their fingers like this. I love his spirit. Thank you very much.
I'm
Like smiling.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay, where was I going? Yeah.
Right. You feel the connection.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just so much information. It's just like, wow. I don't feel any information right now. I feel floaty. I feel
Yes.
nice and comfy. This is where you want to be.
Oh my God, yes.
Into the experience of just being. That's all you have to do. There's nothing else for us to do. And us just being changes the world.
Yes.
Changes the world. We ignite other beings if they want to or not. It doesn't matter. They receive the information. It's their choice what they do with it.
Yes.
Every choice. Everybody has a choice. Everybody. That's your control. So you're choosing right now, and things are, that's what they were saying about, we're out of time. So you're either choosing you or you're not. So if you're not allowing your experience to unfold easily, you're going to be hit hard. Hit hard. So you're choosing that. So I'm letting that go. Because I send love to all that, for people who are making that choice. I send love to all, and that's what we're doing, send love to those people that, are making those harder choices in their life. Because they're just choices, that's all. We're playing a story, and those are choices that people are making. So no good, no foul, no nothing. It's just all perfect. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we are literally here creating new life. Absolutely. This is beautiful. I know it's long, but there's a lot of information. A lot of it, I believe, came through. And so when I watch it, I'll be surprisingly, they said, I'll be surprised. So yeah, I'm excited. Wow. I send love to all of you. So when you do an attunement, you literally connect into the grid. Every time, it doesn't matter if you did an attunement every day, you will take your placements in each piece of that grid. In each piece of that grid.
Wow.
Billions of them.
How exciting and how...
Because you step up as a new version of you. So you add new light to that grid.
Oh my God, oh my God.
That's what they showed me, that every time I step up to a new version of me, I add a new piece to that grid. I add a new version of me to that grid. Wow. Lighter. Like right now, it's so funny. I just feel so amazing, like the rainbow running through me.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So, yeah, I love it, love it, love it.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Wow. So I send love to all of you. If you're ready for an attunement, email me.
Yes.
We got this.
Yes.
We truly.